Yo, what's up guys, it's Talon, and today we're going to be talking about my personal favorite counter to range top laners. And I know what you're going to be thinking, Talon, you're super cool and awesome, and then after that you're going to be thinking, well, you're playing a range top laner, so that's cheating. And maybe it is, but I mean, if you're not cheating, you're not trying, so I've decided that I'll make this video on how to play Jayce into range tops. Generally, it's a really good counter pick. This is a pretty quick game, they FF pretty early, spoiler alert, but I do want to talk about Jayce top. Especially the lane phase into squishies and really what you're trying to do. So into most top lane, range top laners and whatever, you are going to still get poked out and have a little bit of a range disadvantage because Jayce doesn't have super long range, but he has pretty long range. And so pretty much all you're trying to do is get a little bit of poke on them and then find some type of all-in angle to get a lot of burst damage, which is kind of what you'll see here. So I'm pretty much just trying to get the poke onto the Rise whenever I can. I don't need to do anything too crazy. And then when I can jump on him with my melee first ability plus third ability to get some poke on him, I will. And then eventually we find the all-in, which is why I take Ignite, for example, in this matchup. Whereas a lot of times you obviously see me take TP on a lot of top laners. Whereas when I'm playing Jayce top lane, I can take TP and it's still not bad, but I do kind of prefer the Ignite there. And so you saw I jumped onto the minion to get the splash damage from the first ability onto the Rise. A lot of times you can do that when people are just out of range of your jump. You jump onto a minion and you get that splash. And you can see we already got a bunch of damage on him, which is mostly what we're looking for. Is like, even if I take some damage, it's fine. And then because I'm running out of a little bit of mana, I start autoing in melee form. If you don't know, melee auto attacks actually give you mana back. So you can see my mana is getting much, much higher. And then boom, another big trade that we go onto him. Same combo. But this time starting with the melee form where we jump onto him, auto attack, third ability to him away. And then once we switch to range form, we go with a first ability plus third ability combo. But you just tap your first ability twice to get the combo. And then we get some poke on him. And so this is usually the sequence you follow. A lot of times you're not going to actually kill the range top laner right away, but what you do is you get them low enough, you get a good recall, and then you get your boots of dynamism. These boots now allow you to really get a lot of burst damage onto any range top laner. They're going to get kind of melted with your pen, and you're just building kind of a lot of flat pen. So you're even going Dustblade later, or Dustblade first rather, whereas if I was into a tank, I would go Eclipse. With into squishies, you go for the Dustblade. And then the Rise doesn't utilize tempo at all here, and just, recalls really, really late, which means we can deny him some gold. I'm trying to see if I can stop his back. I can't. I think he has TP this game, so he does TP back, but he loses out on a decent amount just because he's a silly goober. And so yeah, I mean, overall, we're just building up a bit of a gold lead here. You don't need to do anything crazy because you actually scale fine into, squishy range comps like, a Rise plus everything else that the enemy have. They're tankiest champions in Aatrox, and Aatrox not that tanky. And so again, we're just poking, just clearing, pretty simple stuff. We get a bit of a gold lead from our first strike, plus the fact that we denied him some gold. So I'm up like 300 gold here, just from poke, just from getting, again, those simple burst combos. You get first ability plus third ability when you're in range form, and then you switch to melee form, you pretty much do the same thing. Here, the Rise randomly decides to rotate, and so I use this as an opportunity to kind of bait him in, where now I know he has to come back here, so I want to try to see if I can jump on him, which I do successfully do. And then this is where we find, the big kind of damage combo because of just how much burst damage I have. For some reason, he refuses to flash until he's already dead. Range top laner players, chat, they're honestly not good most of the time. They're usually pretty bad. Unfortunately, here, Aatrox does come for me, so I have to try to dodge his sweet spots, which we were able to do successfully. You can see he missed all 3 of his sweet spots there, so we were able to survive and then outplay him. So somehow juking the first sweet spot, then we flash the second one, and then the third one's just out of range, and we are able to somehow get the outplay. And now, all of the enemy are very, very mad. Rest of my map is doing well too, and so we're kind of stomping. This is why I was saying, they do FF early. I'm moving into college this morning. In about 2 or 3 hours I'm leaving, so I didn't really want to record a long video, so I thought, hey, we have a game that someone FFs, I might as well, choose this as the game I record, and still show you guys, something rather valuable. And you can see now the burst damage that I have onto this Rise is really insane. And again, obviously, this situation we get especially fed thanks to, our boy Aatrox giving us some free gold. But even if you're not getting fed a bunch by an Aatrox or something, you're still going to have a bunch of burst damage into squishies. And there's the one shot. But Rise is even squishy, or is tankier rather, than a lot of squishy champs, because he does build a little bit tankier. So like if I'm playing into a Vayne top, if I'm playing into Tristana top, those are kind of even easier to one-shot. So, you know, again, it really does depend on specific matchup, but pretty much any range top's good. I played Jayce into Aurora later on this stream as well, and it had success there. Most range matchups definitely good. I don't mind playing Jayce in general when the enemy aren't really tanky. Like, if I see the enemy pick 3-4 squishy champions, even if the enemy laner is a tank, I'm usually pretty happy to play Jayce because he's just really good into squishy comps. And then for me, I pick obviously Fiora when they're tankier. So I've kind of been playing some Jayce recently, whereas, you know, before I was playing mostly Gnar and Fiora. I decided let's start playing a little bit of the Jayce again. It went really well and did help us get to Grandmaster with the Jayce pick. And yeah, here, I mean, you can see Ryze just kind of can't move. He's 1 HP. And so we're just constantly pushing the turret, pushing the wave, making sure we have prio. Even if I do get ganked here, I don't actually care too much, because if I die, like, I'm still in a good enough spot, just poking out the Ryze a bit. And at this point, we do have to recall. Our jungler's not coming to us. Excuse me. Our jungler's not coming to us, so I don't mind too much. Just recalling, then going and covering the mid lane, then I'll probably go back top after. In terms of build, I often build Edge of Night second if they have any type of spells or anything that, you know, I want blocked. I just like that extra defensive, you know, the defensive capabilities from it, plus I still get decent damage from the flat pen. And then I usually go for Cyrilda's third, Cleaver fourth, and then whatever kind of tankier item works later in the game. But here now we're just looking for the fight. Everyone's pretty low on the enemy team, so all we have to do is go jump on them, one-shot that guy, go onto the Ryze, also kill him, probably. I think we do indeed kill him, and then push the wave out. So nothing too complicated there. We just rotated because we went through mid first. So that's a very common thing you can do. As a Baron laner, you don't really want to rotate first dragon because you're going to give up your turret. So what you do is, if you're coming out of base like that and you have enough time because the enemy is not already on your top turret, you can simply go to the, and I flash on this guy and one-shot him because I do a lot of damage, but you can simply go to the mid lane first, because then when you go to the mid lane, you get more time to get information on where the enemy Baron laner is. So in that example, the Ryze showed mid lane, and I knew I'm much stronger than Ryze, so I'll match him on the fight, and then we can win. Whereas if I didn't see Ryze there, or I saw Ryze show top lane, I might just want to go straight to the top lane so that I don't lose my turret, for example. Now, in this case, Ryze doesn't even push turrets very fast, so I might have been able to just give it up anyway, just because I don't even know if he would have taken it. So there is that as well. You know, you can keep in mind what the champion is and how fast they push turrets. But yeah, here now we're pretty much one-shotting the stage trucks. Not quite one-shotting, but almost. And then I forgot to mention there's a Bard in this game. I hate Bard, by the way. Like, the amount of times I've only had like 3 Bards on my team, and the amount of Bards who screwed me over by ulting me when I wanted to kill someone. Like, I was playing Warwick one game, I kept Warwick ulting onto people, and then my teammate Stasis is me and the person I'm trying to Warwick ult perfectly so that my Warwick ult is gone. Like, I can't auto attack to suppress them. And that guy made me hate Bard. And I really want to permaban Bard, but there's a lot of champions I want to permaban, so I don't think I can. Most of the champs I permaban because I don't want them on the enemy team, but I might permaban Bard because I don't want him on my team. Because, yeah, I hate that champion. And it just came out, so separate thing, completely unrelated to the fact that Jayce is good in the ranged champions. But yeah, you can see like the enemy are super squishy in general. Really easy to snowball. I mean, obviously for me, Jayce is my most played champion ever, so I play this champion a lot. I haven't really played him much recently. However, with the buffs, even though the buffs works at jungle, the buffs did help him in lane as well. They gave some damage, you know. So he's strong there. I think he is stronger in lane than jungle. In jungle, he is a bit weak still. His clear speed's not awful, but it's not great, and it doesn't scale with the game pacing the same way that others do, which, like, what I mean by that is Jayce's early clear is fine, but his late clear, when you get fed, doesn't get increased in terms of speed as much as champions that do similar things to him, other, like, AD assassins, because he's really an AD assassin in the jungle is kind of how you play him, trying to snowball, trying to get really big leads, that type of thing. And yeah, he just doesn't feel that good in that type of situation. So I don't really play him. I tried him out in jungle for a day. I played like 15 games of jungle, and I mean, I went 8-7. It wasn't bad, but nothing special. Not something I would continue to probably play. Maybe if the enemy are really squishy in the jungle as well, but yeah, not the best. Either way though, we just end up getting this turret and then the enemy FF. So like I said, short video. I'm moving into college today, Sunday, which I guess this video comes out Monday, but I will be streaming more at nighttime, less in the morning, just because of classes and whatever. So the stream schedule is going to be, less frequent, and just keep that in mind. I still will try to post videos every day, and I should be successful in doing that. I mean, I was able to post videos last year every day when I was in college. So I'm going into my sophomore year. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.